Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to do something a little different. As you can see, I've got an HO scale CE that is blank. I just got it, so nothing's been done to it. And I just thought I'd show you guys how I go through and add, numbers and stuff to it, and stuff like that. And then it becomes the finished product with the ID number and all the stuff on it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is to take care of stop when red lights flash. You can see it there on the back door. So what I'll do with that is I will take some nail polish remover and a Q-tip like this, and I will take off the lettering so that way it becomes blank so I can put stop there. Okay, so you can see that I have taken stop when red lights flash off the back of the bus. So what I did to do that was I took a little bit of nail polish remover, and you don't need a lot. I would say take the cap off the nail polish remover and just pour it probably about this much in there. Because you really don't need a lot. A little bit will go a long way. And use a Q-tip to do this, because anything bigger really just will make a mess out of it. And once the nail polish remover touches, like let's say you're doing the back here, it doesn't take long for the nail polish remover to touch the rub rails, and then that starts coming off. So you got to be careful when you work with it, and you got to have a steady hand. So just lightly with your Q-tip that has the nail polish remover on it, just lightly go over whatever it is you're taking off, and turn it as you're doing this so that way that not one side of it is attracting all the dye from whatever it is you're taking off. And that way it'll be cleaner and there won't be much of residue left. Once you've done the initial sweep, I would dip the other side of the Q-tip in the nail polish remover and do it again just to be sure. And yeah, so those are my tips for nail polish remover, and this really works for any size bus. It does not necessarily have to be the CE. The one bus that I would not recommend using nail polish remover on is this CE right here. The paint does not take it very well, and some of the paint, from what I've found, like it'll react with it, and especially on the second gen CE, it does not react very well. I have not found it to be an issue with like any of the Sunnyside buses like this, or any of the Bali, but anything else besides the second gen CE and the BE. So I would not mess with nail polish remover with those buses. So for the next step, I do the lettering. Now, I have a label maker, which is, I'll show you what it looks like here. It's just a Dymo label maker, and what I use are the clear labels, because you can also get labels that have, like, regular white paper background, but I use the clear ones because they work best. Especially when you're trying to label or letter whatever model it is you're doing. So I have printed off what I need: Lebanon City Schools, stop, there's stop, I think that was the ID number. This is the ID number, and then however many numbers I need for the bus, like 15 6 times. So this would be 15 on the hood, 15 on the body, 15 next to the door, 15 on the back, and 15 next to the stop sign. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on, and then right after that I will show you, for those of you who might live in Ohio, or if you want to model an Ohio bus and you want to do the ID plate or the ID number, like you see how it's on there. If you want to do that, I will show you how to model that. Before I forget, the label maker has settings as to how big the font is. So if you are doing an HO scale bus, and you happen to have the same label maker as I do, extra small is the best size for this. As you can see on this bus, it has extra small, and it actually works pretty well on there. So extra small is probably about the best it's going to do. If you do any bigger, it's just not going to fit, like between the rub rails and stuff. And when you are cutting out the extra small lettering, you really got to be careful, like precise with your cuts, and real even, so that way it'll fit in the small spaces, especially if you're doing it on the hood or right up here where the body is, because it'll peel off easily if you've got jagged edges or something like that. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and put everything on there. And you can see, put Lebanon City Schools, 15, stop, and all that stuff. So now all that's left to do is the ID. So how do I do the ID? So I'll leave the ID, I won't cut this out. I'll leave it like in its full rectangular shape from the print off. I will take some white duct tape and I will cut a small piece off as soon as I find the top. So I'll cut a small piece off. You really don't, really not that big of a piece, not even an inch. So you'll cut that off and it'll be, you know, like not even an inch. So you'll take that, peel off the 2 pieces of paper that are hiding the adhesive for the section with the ID on it. You'll see that it's now on the duct tape. So I will now cut it into shape to then go on the front bumper of the bus. And for myself, since I'm a little OCD, I try to do as perfect rectangles as I can for the ID plates. So let's see. Okay, so now I'm left with this little thing. So now that goes on the bumper, the front bumper of the bus, right center where the grill is. Or let's say you're modeling a FS65 or a C2 or something else, and it's not in the center of the bumper, and it goes to the side of the bumper or whatever. You just place the ID however you need to on the bumper. But once you've got the ID placed where you need it to be, whether that be right in center or on this, like off to the side of the bumper. I know I modeled our bus 82. You can see. But 82 actually has its part, the ID on the side of the bumper. I'll put a picture in so you can see what I'm talking about. So for the model, I had to, instead of putting it in the center, I had to put it right here. So yeah. So that's pretty much how I model my HO scale buses number and letter wise. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you a little bit in case you ever want to, you know, model an Ohio bus, or, you know, get a labeler and start, you know, lettering and numbering your buses yourself. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think. Bye.